like Atlanta, what's up? Savannah, what's up? Georgia Southern, what's up? She said Gordon, what's up? Howard and Albany, fuck without my lady.
In terms of HBCU versus a predominantly white institution, I've always believed that one of the main distinguishing factors is the amount of attention that students get from the teachers and staff.
Okay, well, the thing that's great about Georgia State is the diversity and lots of opportunities.
Between the PWIs and HBCUs, according to my experiences, is the coursework that they teach. I think they're more open to talk about race. They're more open to talk about race and the history of Africa.
You can ever think of every recreational sport is there. You can take classes for it. If you want to play like high action ping pong or some crap, they probably have it. It's ridiculous. But that's basically what GSU has to offer. Other than being in the city, it's a great atmosphere. You got people of all races here. No tension either. Everybody loves each other, so it's great.
I feel the biggest difference between a predominantly white institution and a HBCU is that a PWI, their financial aid system is newer. Everything's computerized in a way where I never had book vouchers or refund checks. My refund check came 2 weeks before classes started. I was able to buy my books with my own money that I had already received. When they processed me for financial aid, when I went in, it took me 3 hours waiting, but that's because there was 9,000 students in the freshman class. But when I went in there, it took us 15 minutes to look at my paperwork, disperse my scholarships, and I was done for the year. Here, you got to go every day for 3 weeks just to get your money in order. It took me 15 minutes at Arizona State.
This is teaching at an HBCU. I've taught at 2 HBCUs, Dark Atlanta and Savannah State University. And the experiences have been rather mirror in a sense. One of the marquee things that you see around an HBCU that you wouldn't see at a majority institution would be the camaraderie of the students dealing with the Greek organizations. There's just a lot more activity. Well, I did teach at an art school, the majority institution that I taught at, so that is a little bit different dynamic than teaching at, let's say, an HBCU or a traditional university. There were academic challenges in the classroom at the majority institutions that I still see at an HBCU, and it was pretty much the same academic challenges in terms of reading, writing papers, simple grammar and syntax was an issue with white students as well as it is with black students.
From my experience with both institutions, I'm going to use a very well-known concept that's often espoused by a community activist named Derek Bozeman. He says that you cannot teach students that you do not both love and respect. And from my experience with professors, black professors who are able then to teach at HBCU, there is more of an opportunity to connect in terms of the cultural context and shared community values that I think overall enriches the learning experience and process. In thinking about my experience with teaching the 2 different groups of students, I really enjoy teaching at Georgia Corona College because the students, in terms of ethnicity and nationality, were very diverse. So I had students from South Africa, young lady from France, from all over the world. So I thought that was very enriching in that way. But again, I think that from my experience, I've been able to connect with my students at the HBCU on a more intimate level in terms of enriching the learning experience.